In today's video, we are covering issue 5 of the 2020 Vader comics. We are following on from last issue when Vader opened the doors to Padme's tomb. Let's get into it.
Vader, you can't desecrate her.
Vader stood over Padme's tomb silent. He was feeling every type of emotion at this point. But for Sabe, she didn't want him to disrupt Padme's sleep.
No.
Vader motions his hand as the tomb begins to shake. Vader gets a flashback to him and Padme, back when they were happy, which then turned to pain as he sees himself choking her. Vader stops what he is doing. He can't continue, it was too painful, even for him. Zed jumps in and decides to scan the tomb to find any evidence, to which he sees an MED implant.
A MED implant, stamped and traceable. Hailing all Amidalians, Vader has a new destination. Stand by for coordinates.
Sabe leaves quickly, thinking she'll have to escape Lord Vader, but she was wrong. Vader calls out to her to meet him with all of her friends. As Vader leaves for the destination, we arrive at Polis Massa. Now, if you don't remember, Polis Massa is where Padme gave birth to Luke and Leia in Revenge of the Sith. So at this point, I would say Vader has no idea where he is. He doesn't know why Padme's grave has led him here. I'm sure he's about to find out, but he must have been very confused at this point. Vader exits the ship to Zed telling him that there was an old rebel base here, which the Empire found and destroyed. As Zed searches the data for any arrivals and departures, he finds the ship.
A Naboo J-type star skiff, transporting Padme Amidala and 2 droids, and flown by the notorious Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi. She was injured. He apparently brought her here to try and save her life.
Vader is in utter shock and confusion.
Kenobi.
As he says his old master's name, he gets flashbacks to his time on Mustafar.
Stop now, come back! I love you!
Liar!
As they look to the space sky above, they see a fleet of starships heading their way.
The Amidalians.
Look, it's Vader alright. Attack! Vader gets fired upon by all the ships, just as the Imperials who had stationed themselves on a Polis Massa roof shot back. Ships fell to the ground like raining fire. For Padme! Ground troops and ships blasted towards Vader, shooting their cannons and guns at lightning speed. Mid-battle, his flashbacks of Obi-Wan continue, further fueling his rage and hate in the dark side. Vader stands atop the pile of screaming bodies, victorious. I love this shot. It pretty much shows Vader single-handedly killing all of the Amidalians, showing his true strength. He heads back inside to continue the investigation. Vader finds a maternity ward and a bed in the center. Asking for records, Zed says that all the data has been destroyed, but Vader needs to know. They head to a droid in the corner of the room, which, if you can remember, is actually the same droid that helped deliver Padme's children, which is a pretty cool reference. Zed informs Vader that some of its memories remain.
There.
Padme shows up in a hologram as she is giving birth to Luke and Leia, something that Vader has never seen before. Zed continues to narrate what is happening as Vader loses control and destroys the droid.
Padme.
Our scene shifts to Coruscant and Palpatine's office.
Lord Vader, have you settled your business?
Yes, Master.
Really? The Sith know that fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, and hate leads to strength. But you, my friend, have just wallowed in grief. You need to start all over again. With fear. End of issue 5. Okay, what did you guys think?
I thought it was really awesome and really cool to see Vader actually seeing Padme give birth, or at least her at Polis Master with Obi-Wan, which honestly would have angered him even more, but also saddened him. I wonder how much he actually saw of Padme after her death, in places like holograms or recordings, or even just hearing her voice. Because hearing her voice like that, and especially hearing her say that there is good in him, would have made him feel all kinds of pain. Because remember, he's been in the dark side now for over 20 years. It took him 20 years to find that recording, which is honestly crazy to me. But that was the first volume done, which means now we will get a new story. Volume 2 is called Into the Fire, which sounds incredible. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this comic issue in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you all for watching, and may the Force be with you.
Then you are no use to me.
As the Amidalians begin to fire upon Vader, he raises his hand to stop the projectiles in midair. He follows that by igniting his lightsaber and going on a frenzy. He doesn't stop until every last one of them is dead. For Padme. If the maps in my databank are still accurate, we are swiftly approaching the tomb of Padme Amidala. You will not desecrate this grave. So swear the handmaidens of Amidala. The new faces were more of Padme's guards from the prequels. Vader didn't care about anything they had to say.
If you wish to live, leave now or...
But the handmaidens attacked. Firing their weapons at Vader, he deflected with his lightsaber. For a small moment, it seemed like they were winning, until he conjured the Force and pushed them all away, knocking them unconscious. Vader steps close to the tomb. He looks in one of the cabinets where he finds Padme's necklace. It was the same necklace that he had given her all those years ago when they first met. Although it wasn't shown, this would have crushed Vader, and I'm sure some of the light would have appeared through his black heart. Are you done?
No.
Vader opened Padme's tomb and walked inside.